Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M24 Chaffee. It's a Tier 5 American light tank. It's located on the north spawn of Murovanka, and this one is under the command of 73north of the WTWW clan. Well, you may have seen a battle in this tank just recently because he did send one in from Safe Haven, but now he's on Murovanka. Let's see how he can do. I may not have told you in the previous replay, but it was actually the British who named the Chaffee. Previously, the Americans just called it the M24, but in actual fact, the British named it after an American general called General Chaffee, and that's how it got its name. Yes, the British operated the Chaffee as well, but not immediately during the war, but later on. They took some over from the Americans, and I think there's an enemy tank in that field. Oh, we saw trees going down at the back, and all he's seen so far is an M4A1 up ahead. Oh, and a 25 TP, the Polish tank. It's a Tier 5 game with only Tier 5 tanks in it. Well, he's spotted a couple of tanks so far. That 25 TP is getting closer, but no, he's stopped for a moment. I think he's also looking for targets. Okay, it's armed with the 75mm main gun. It's 110 Alpha, and with standard rounds, 96mm of pen. With the APCR, it's got 143mm, and with the HE rounds, 175 Alpha and 38mm of pen. Okay, an M7 suddenly appeared, and he's not only a few meters away as well, but he's, well, double the distance. He's at least 100 meters away, so I don't think we need to worry for the moment. But if those guys get closer within the tree line... Oh, spotted a T-34 now. He spotted quite a few, actually. Now, you may notice it's actually a reduced numbers game. Yes, it is. And so that means there's going to be a few bots in this game as well. You can probably see the bots because they're the ones with colons in front of and behind the name. There are a few of them. So it's a reduced numbers game. Doesn't necessarily mean that the bots are easier to kill. In fact, some of them go straight to the premium ammo, which makes life difficult. There is an enemy tank actually behind 73 North at the moment, but he's on the other side of the forest, so that's why they haven't spotted anything. And that 25 TP is taking damage, but we've got a KV-1SA headed this way. And it looks like he's on a course to intercept the white line of the proximity zone. And I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, he's been spotted. Come on, move. Well, he dodged a shell, a 76mm shell from the KV-1SA. So he's lucky there. You've got to be aware that if you get spotted, you've got to move immediately. In fact, normally you should actually keep your eye on those spotting lines to see if somebody can actually see you. He did engage the KV, but he is being fired at by another enemy tank, and he's changing position. Oh, obviously avoids the Valiant. The Valiant's going to take some damage now, and the KV-1SA is right next door to the Valiant, who is actually taking rounds from one of our guys. Luckily, it's the Valiant is not being damaged by our own guys, but he is taking damage from the KV-1SA. But 73 North is getting good damage here, and he's using the auto aim, backing up to get the view, and took a round from an M4A1 for 124. That's a high roll. Okay, KV-1SA is disengaging. What have we got in the Magic Forest? Well, T14, an M7 and an M4A1. T14's in sight, but he's been wiped out. There's an M7 and the M4A1. Okay, they made 4,731 of these, and they did give some to the French and some to the British. The British, well, they actually did use them in Korea, I believe, and the French used them in Algeria and Indochina. use the bush there to get shots on the M7. He's not responding. I'm not getting shots in because there's a wrecked tank just between you and the target. Got that one in. Manually aimed because the auto aim wasn't working. There's two variants of the Chaffee you might know, actually, funny enough. Yes, they did build other vehicles based on the Chaffee hull. One of those was the M37 HMC. Yes, the howitzer motor carriage, and also the M41 HMC as well. Both of them were Chaffee variants, so they were tanks made. They also made other vehicles which were carrying vehicles. That's a bot just ahead of us. Now, the view isn't following the bot, actually, and no, he's not going to get those at the moment, mainly because he's auto-aimed on, and there's a bank between him and the target. That time he got it right. Okay, I think he's going to try and get behind the enemy and start shooting at them from the rear. We're 2 down at the moment, but this could turn around if he can get behind the enemy. The only problem is he's only got a limited number of APCR rounds. Some of those enemy tanks are going to be a little tougher to take down, but he's going to use the standard ammo because he can certainly take down the Archer, the M10. In fact, the M10 is now on his last legs. One shot will be enough. And he gets him. 3 kills now. There's enough enemy out there that he could actually get a, well, it's possible to get a Radley Waters. He couldn't get a Portsmouth because there's not enough enemy out there for that. Okay, can you get a shot at this Archer? This is getting very cheeky, coming up behind the enemy. I like this tactical view as well he's taking, just to see where they all are. Take down the Archer first. He's the one we really need to kill. Type T-34 is a bot. You can just see the top of his turret. Oh, we reacted to that one. In fact, he's locking on. Go for it again. Nice. Keep repeating. Don't know where the Archer is, though. He's moved behind the house, so we can't hit him now. But I'd still go back for that Archer. We're down to just 3 left on our team, and they're all in the south. It looks like a convention of bots that have moved up to the north, but we can see from the list that there is one real player in that team, and that's an Archer. Everyone else is a bot. So if we take out the Archer, then the rest of them might become a little disoriented. At the moment, he doesn't need to worry about what's off to the right. What he needs to take care of is what's going on to the left. Of the players on his team, I'm looking at it, and they're all live players. They're all real players. So this could be a chance to farm the enemy. Now, we don't know where the enemy are at the moment. We know they were last seen on the west side of the map, and there's the possibility they are headed towards our cap. But it's very unlikely because bots do not necessarily tend to cap unless you get in the cap, and then they'll try and follow you. Unless they've improved the programs. Now was that proximity? I'm not sure it was. Did he spot us? He's just turning around. He's close enough to spot us. If we engage him, he's got the 57mm gun. Oh, he fired his 57mm immediately and we take damage. We're just too close. Ideally, we want to be in a position where we can fire at him from a distance. But he is coming towards us, which means there's a possibility that we could get him or draw him in and then take him out. I would actually head north right now, move towards the tree line and start shooting him from there, because he's got a killing field that he's got to get past in order to get at you. There he is. Using the bush mechanic. That's 1. Is he going to fire back down the line? 2. It's going to take at least 5 shots. Oh, he did fire one that bounced off our armor. Go for it again. He's trying to get the turret every time he shoots. Oh, there's another enemy tank moved into the forest. And it's a Type T-34. Well, we're farming this guy. And he's out the game. So that's 4 kills now. Okay, the Type T-34 just went down. There's only 4 left. So potentially he still could get a Radley's Walters. But if one of those enemy tanks dies before he can get it, then the most he can get is the Top Gun. This is looking promising. The KV-1SA and the Stug do not appear to be actually actively hunting. And that's surprising because the Stug is being driven by somebody who's got a unicorn rating. Unicorn rating, not a unicorn. I wonder where they've all gone. Are they still in this area? Well, I'd be very cautious and try and use the trees for cover, or the bushes. He's found the P-43. That was a proximity spot from the Stug. No shot here at the moment, but we will have a shot in a second. Well, he gets 1 shell in, but he only needs 1 more to kill. Fortunately, he lost the sight of the tank. I'm sure he's going to get it back very shortly. Just slightly to the right of where he's aiming right now. There you go. Easy kill. Nice. That's 5. 1/3 of the enemy team. And another tank's been spotted. It's the OI, but he's actually in the center of the map. Now, he would have trouble with the Excelsior penetrating him from the front. Oh, no, we just lost the KV-1SA. We would have problems penetrating the Excelsior from the front with standard ammo. We really need the premium rounds to do that, guy. Either that or hit him in the sides. The sides are weak. You can penetrate the sides with standard ammo, but the front of the vehicle is strong, and you need at least 110 millimeters of pen. There's the OI. Okay, he's going to try and set it up to use the bushes. I'd say, okay, he's decided not to use the bushes. In fact, there's the Excelsior. And we've lost a chance to hit him in the side. He's gone into the Magic Forest. In fact, he's moving like he wants to kill the Stug. In fact, the Stug took a big hit there. Stug's headed our way. But now he's headed north. There's the Excelsior. He's got the side. Okay, just pull back a little to use the bush mechanic using these reeds or these bushes. Gets 1 in the side. Can we get the OI? Well, yes we can. We're into the 2 minutes though. Gets 1 pen. There's the Archer. Put 1 into him. That's the real player. Go through it. Hit the tracks. I'm afraid they're running out of time, really. There's the Excelsior, the Archer. Of course, he turns around to shoot. And he has turned around. Now he can't see us, but we did get spotted. No. Careful. No, that went over the top. And again, the guy drives away before we can get a hit. It's going to take at least 3 shots to take him out. Well, I don't think this is going to be a win. I think this is going to be a draw. I think they just left it too late about how they were going to handle this victory. No, we didn't get spotted, but we will be now. As he sees us. No, can't do that. Ideally, you need to get behind this guy. We're into the last minute. Okay, now you need to keep maneuvering. Get round behind him. Ooh, takes 1 round. Pumps in another. And kill shot. Oh, unfortunately, it's the other way round. That would have been so nice if it had been a kill, because that would have been a Top Gun. As it is definitely going to be a draw. No doubt about this. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first ace tanker for 73 North of the WTWW clan in the Chaffee. You can tell it's the first ace because he's got the scrolls underneath. He also got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle, fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5 in the end, just one short of getting that Top Gun. And he also got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10. And he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And although the win 8 was 30,522, which is super unicum and a lot more, unfortunately, it was a draw. And I think it was a draw because he didn't do what I suggested right at the start, which was once he was actually circled around behind the enemy, he needed to take care of that of the archer first, and he didn't do that. He tried to settle for the Type T-34 and put rounds into him, but he needed to get rid of that one player, that one live player who could have actually taken him down. And then when he did actually try to duel with him, unfortunately, he played it wrong and he made it easy for the archer to, well, he got too close to the archer when he was firing at it, and the archer could turn on him and outturn him and get a shot into him to kill him off. So it didn't work out exactly as we hoped, but if we look at the team score, we can see that he did get the highest damage in the game with 3,033 hit points. The second highest being the Archer with 2,587, and the third highest being the T-14, who managed 1,938. When it came to kills, we can see that the highest number was 73 North. 5 kills to him, 3 kills to the Stugdai Aslains on his team, the only person left alive on our team, and also to the Archer, the T-14, and the M10 RBFM on the enemy's team. And when it came to base XP, well, he's still the highest with 985, with 730 going to the Archer on the enemy team and 678 going to the T-14. That Stug was rather disappointing considering that the guy has stats, which shows that he's Unicum. That suggests to me that this guy's a bit of a re-roll and that really he's not Unicum, he's only faking it. But because a Unicum player would have wiped out every one of those enemy tanks, and I was a bit worried that he wasn't going to give us a chance to get to a Radley Walters, but that was definitely on the cards earlier on in the game. Anyway, we can see that from the details that he fired 52 rounds of ammunition. This tank actually carries 60 rounds in total, so he was close to running out actually, 8 rounds left. 34 direct hits on the enemy, 28 penetrations, and 3,033 hit points of damage, of which 367 were at more than 300 meters. 8 hits received, 5 penetrations, 3 non-penetrations, and 110 hit points of damage blocked by armor. Those were one of the rounds that came in. I think it may have been even from the KV-1SA right at the start of the game. It was a 76mm round, which actually bounced. 5 enemy vehicles spotted, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, and 1,393 hit points of spotting assist. Now, he made a loss on this game on a premium cap, 11,922 credits, and most of that is down to the fact that, yes, he did use a lot of premium ammo, and he also had premium consumables as well, and so obviously he got a low figure, but he did get the Courageous Resistance Award, because of course he got the high caliber, which is a Battle Hero medal, and it was a draw. He also picked up 25 bonds for achievement, and he also got 2,274 experience points. I would have been heartbroken if I'd actually taken part in that battle and it got to the point where I'd killed 5 of the enemy and I just needed 1 more to get that Top Gun. He could have picked any one of the enemy tanks that were up at the center after he'd circled round behind them and then picked it off using the bush mechanic and taking it out, and that would have been his top gun. But sadly, it didn't work out that way. And I think he was very frustrated that he couldn't get into a position where he could actually get easy kills. And he tried to circle his way round and try and get back to near his cap area, hoping that he'd spot some of those guys out in the open where they would be killed in a killing zone. But unfortunately, again, that didn't work out because the enemy tanks just seemed to dither around the middle part of the map. Even the real player in the Archer didn't actually try to lead his team towards the cap area. And if they had actually done that and gone into the cap, I think it would have provoked the rest of the tanks to come up and join him. But maybe he felt that if he actually got into the cap area, then he would be taken out by one of the tanks, and then it would be easy to clear up the rest. So, unfortunately, it didn't end as we wanted, but I think that there is definite promise there for 73north, because now he has broken his duck with an ace tanker, and it won't be long before he does it again. So if you do see this happen again, 73north, please do, by all means, try and pick off all the real players, which of course don't have the semicolon or the colons on their name. And once all the real players are gone, the bots tend to become a little disoriented, and they're much easier to pick off. And he had a good chance of actually picking up a couple of kills once he saw the Excelsior side on and also the OI, but instead of actually going after them, he instead tried to take out the Archer when the Archer could see him and was ready for him, and that didn't work out too well. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.